Okay, it's day 16 on our trip to the Treasure Coast, and right behind me you see the sign for the Pelican Island Wildlife Refuge. And basically this was the original road that was built early in the 1920s to help citrus farmers transport their produce through the barrier island, which is very wooded and very overgrown. And so according to the historical sign behind me on another location back here, also fishermen would transport their goods and things through this area. And then eventually Teddy Roosevelt made this a historical wildlife preserve to protect different birds that were being taken for their feathers, because back in the time feathers were a highly sought after item for women's hats and different types of clothing accessories. And so he protected the area. And so it's about an 8-mile trip one direction, so it'll be about 16 miles. We'll kind of capture some of the footage along the way. I'm sure we'll have some music behind this part of the video to kind of make it a relaxing time to kind of watch it. And then we're gonna hit another trail later on. It's the Sebastian Rail Trail. Also ends at a swimming pool, one of their area parks that has a pretty nice swimming pool. We checked it out the other day. And maybe we'll hit some beaches today as well. So we've got a pretty big agenda today. And you guys follow along, we'll enjoy it together. Okay, so we've traveled about 1.78, probably about 1.8 or so since we looked at it, and it's a real flat area as to be expected. I mean, we're at sea level, so not a whole lot of hills and things like around here. Real sandy road. It's hard packed, so it's pretty easy to ride. Just a few soft spots right here. So the wider tires are better. I wouldn't be on here with a road bike, real thin tires. I think you'd have a little more difficulty. You can smell the salt in the air from the brackish water around us in the lagoon. But it's pretty cool. We saw a few hikers coming down the trail, but really not any other bikers yet that I've seen. Some people probably get an earlier start. We're quite a ways from where we're camping to get here. Right now, I mean, the view is obstructed on both sides of the road just because of all the plant life. You can see that behind me. Kind of do a quick shot right here. You can see Chantel behind me right now. We're just taking it as an easy pace. We're not in any kind of speed competition today. So we've got another area we want to ride later, so we're not going to exhaust ourselves today. We're just enjoying our time out here. Okay, so we're about halfway through the trail right now. We're about 4.2 miles into it. And man, the shade feels good when you're coming over these areas where the trees overlap and on each side of the road, and just gives you a lot of shade, which is quite a bit of this trail. You probably noticed earlier in this video, it kind of crossed the golf course area. We're coming up on a street now that looks a little busier. So real pleasant ride. Just a few people walking by and stuff. No traffic so far, no cars that we've seen, other than the ones that are parked on the side to do the hike. So pretty pleasant trail, we're liking it. We just broke out of the jungly area of this trail, and on the right hand side is the Indian River. I'll show that to you here in just a second, and all these fancy condos or hotels here to my left. Let's flip the screen, let y'all see. Here's the Indian River, part of what I kayak. That's over 170 mile long inlet and river lagoon. Over here, bunch of pretty fancy condos. I think they're condos, not hotels. What's probably even most fascinating about this trail, that it's the original road from back in the early 1920s. The only road through this barrier island. So I can only imagine what it looked like back then. I'm sure there's places cleared out for homesteads and fishing areas and stuff on the sides of the road. Not near to the style and level that we see today, all the engineering and building techniques we have today, but I bet even back then, the properties right here along the river were probably your more wealthy people and homeowners. But pretty neat, I love the history of any area I go to. It's just one of those areas that I'm pretty lucky to had a chance to visit and take the time to come down here and ride this trail. We reached the end of the trail. It's 7.3 miles to here, so I think part of the 8-mile trip was kind of given up to park where we needed to park and then headed out from there. It really just kind of turns around. We kind of got mixed up there for a minute till we saw somebody else biking that we passed that came by and indicated it was just about another quarter mile up the road, and then you turn around and head back. And I mean, this would be an okay place to stop. Maybe I've got some pistachios and some things we could eat and drink right now, but I'd rather to pull off at one of the areas that's more of a sightseeing area. There's a couple of them that I saw on the way here, so we'll head back that way and pull off there and kind of take a break for a minute before we head back to the truck. We pulled off at this little rest area that's right here off the trail. This old house right here, and then we saw like an old foundation or possible foundation and chimney to another area. Not sure the age of it, but let's check it out here together. Okay, we're just leaving the Hammerstead Hammock Park Preserve and back on the trail again. There's another pull-off area that's kind of a nature and wildlife viewing area that's really close to where we started, so we'll pull off there next and kind of check that out. So we parked our bikes and locked them up, and there's a walking trail here. It's kind of a viewing area, nature wildlife viewing area. So we're kind of checking some of it out. I think it's like 0.7 miles long to the end. I'm not sure that we'll go that far walking because we've got the other bike trail we want to hit at later today. Okay, we just concluded our jungle trail ride through Pelican Island National Wildlife Refuge, and now we're going to head over to the Sebastian Rail Trail and hit it also. So here we go. So we just arrived at the North County Pool, which is just right off of part of the entrance to the Rail Trail bike ride area we're going to hit. And if you can see right behind me, this is the swimming pool. And there's some pretty extraordinary divers going off right now. It looks like there's a diving team behind us just doing some pretty amazing things. So if we have time, we might hit the pool after we get done here. But anyway, follow us along as we hit the trail. paved part of the trail right now. It's pretty level, pretty even, pretty nicely put together. There's a part of the trail that appears to go over the highway. They've got a big old, hi guys. They've got a big old bridge that goes over it. It's well decorated. I don't know if this part of the trail is going to hit it or not. It seems like we were coming up the highway this way, we didn't come under it, so I'm not too sure. Anyway, pretty cool trail. Kind of in the mid part of the day, so it's warmed up. Remember, our car doesn't have air conditioning anymore. It went out. So even getting in the car to go back doesn't cool us down any. Just gotta roll those windows down and let the air come through. Kind of like riding on a bike. All right, maybe I was mistaken in my last little part. It looks like the bridge is coming up. I'm gonna have to shift into lower gears to get up over it. It's a pretty good little hill. But just kind of, we'll stop and pause and take some video off the bridge here. Okay, so we just finished the Sebastian Rail Trail bike ride, and so we're gonna go ahead and hit the pool, which is just right here. What a convenient thing. It's a really cool pool too. Looks like all sorts of, they got a few water slides and things for the kids. So anyway, it's a good way to refresh and cool off. Okay, just got changed out and we were checking out facilities. Looks like a pretty neat place. Got swimming lanes for swimming and diving area. And you've got a kids area over here and slides. Pretty cool. Okay, so this pool's really cool. We actually went down this slide right over here. I don't want to go over there and video. I don't want to look like a weirdo videoing all these people I don't know. And so this part of the pool over behind or in front of me over here that you can't see, it's off camera. It's kind of an area that you just kind of hang out in the pool. It's great temperature. I mean, it's not lukewarm or anything. It's just the right amount of cold, especially after going off the bike rides that we were on. Just a neat place. I'll do a quick little pan of the area. Hopefully I won't look too crazy, kind of throwing some video out here. And then we'll wrap it up here and then we'll head on to the next thing we're gonna do today. Okay, we're heading out. We need to kind of get back to the camper for a little while. It's kind of laundry day. It's been laundry day for a few days now and we just haven't done it. So we've got some business to take care of there. I've got a Zoom meeting here in a little while I've got to do. And then we're going to break one of our common rules when we go places. I have been craving a Whopper from Burger King for a good while now, and there's just one right up the road here. So we're going to grab that on the road and eat that on the way back to the camper and take care of some things we got to do around there. And then we'll be doing some other things later this afternoon. So we'll catch y'all at that time. Okay, I'm currently at the Pepper Beach, which is just north of the Navy SEAL Museum, which is a national museum here off the A1A at Fort Pierce. And we've been to this beach before, but it's actually the location of the shipwreck, one of the 1715 fleet, the Ursa de Lima. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. My Spanish is not that great. But anyway, this particular ship has produced a lot of silver and gold over the years, especially to those that have gone and salvaged it out in the water. So we'll take a look here at the beach and see if there's anything to be found. Still not too hopeful. I bet I found some beer bottle caps and stuff like that, but we'll give it a shot here at before the sun sets. And there's lots of just seaweed and stuff that's washed up on the beach here, so not real pretty out here at the beach area, right here on the edge of the water. Okay, here's our day 16 wrap up. So I came over to the beach for a little longer this evening while Chantel stuck around and did some laundry. She was happy to do it. She'd been bit up at the beach enough times by bugs, and we've seen a lot of beach time so far, so she wasn't upset about me coming. So I thought I'd hit it again here at Pepper Beach, just right off of a shipwreck. Really kind of hopeful maybe something would show up. You know, I've given it some pretty good tries, but this beach has produced the most stuff so far. Nothing that is exceptional, but some kind of cool stuff this time around. So let me kind of share my finds with you real quick. Okay, so I first came across this little S hook. So that's kind of cool. I'll probably keep that. These 3 cars were really cool. They're all in good shape. I think they were probably left here today or yesterday. They were buried in the sand kind of all together. Kind of think about things like that and feel pretty sorry for the kid who must have lost them. He's probably really upset that he doesn't have them anymore. I've got 3 pennies here, so I found some money. This one's kind of interesting. It's a piece of old iron. It's very encrusted. And so, you know, who knows? It could be something that's washed up from an old shipwreck, but it could be anything in reality. I like to think that it is, but you never know. And then tons of bottle caps. There's 3 there, some wine caps. Found this little bottle of sunscreen. Had a little metal top, that's why it rang up. Some foil, big old chunk of foil right here. More bottle caps. Looks like this is maybe pulled off of some sort of drink lid. More aluminum. Found this little piece of wire. It's kind of hard to see against the black background. Some pull tops, including this back one right here. There's 4 right there. Another one over here. A battery. Corona lid. Wine lid. More foil and more lids there. More bottle caps. Man, I tell you what, if bottle caps were something, I'd be rolling in it. So anyway, that's my finds today. Probably the most finds in one session that I've had since I've been here. So this is my day 16 wrap up. I hope you enjoyed our day as we rode bikes today and spent some time at a pool in Sebastian and just kind of hung out a little bit. And then of course some time here on the beach. And tomorrow it's a new day. And I'm thinking we're probably going to go kayaking tomorrow, Chantel and I. And we'll kind of see where we go from there. You guys make it a great day. And thanks for following me. Y'all feel free to leave a comment below. I'll see y'all next time.